All right, welcome. Can everybody see the stream okay? Oh, it looks like it cleared itself up in a second anyway there. All right, welcome everybody. Just continuing on, this is mission 1, and welcome to everybody who joined us here today. Another TV viewer, and it's joining our regular viewers. Thanks everybody. So yeah, we had that news in the world of HeroQuest. A new free quest has been released on Avalon Hill's website. Go check it out, Asbro Pulse. It's a free quest. It's supposed to be like a stand-in for the first quest. But anyway, yeah. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to kill the Dreadnought with these Ultramarines, a squad of Ultramarines, and we just lost a guy previous round. That guy was killed by an auto defense turret. So now we've got the guy with the bolter. So he really doesn't have much of a chance. At best, he could score 4 against the Dreadnought. So what I'm thinking is he should probably try to wipe out some of these other guys. He could hit the Gretchen. Well, no, he couldn't because there's this edge of wall there. So, but he does get 6 squares of movement. Maybe he should open up that other room. So why not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, he could, yeah, he can't quite get close enough to attack the Chaos Space Marine Commander. It'd be fruitless for him to attack the, uh, attack the Dreadnought. It'd be futile. So I think he'll just go into the room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Cuddy is going to try to kill that Gretchen. At least he can do some good, right? Gretchens don't have any armor, so they're just cannon fodder anyway. Missed. But since he gets 2 attacks, he can go again. And he still missed. Wow. So shame on you, Cuddy. You're, yeah. Well, anyway. Okay, so alien player's turn. That's everybody, right? So first thing to do, draw alien event card. Mothership communication. Read out the text shown in the mission for secondary mission. Okay. So secondary mission. Okay, the enemy have deployed a reconnaissance android. Locate and eliminate. The secondary mission token will be won by the Marine player who destroys the android. Actually, I'm wondering if I even... Let me just make sure I've got an android ready to go when the time comes. So yeah, if they fail to accomplish the secondary mission, then the alien player gets those points. See, that's how it works. Because you can, just like in HeroQuest, how you can escape down the stairs, you can escape before the mission is done to avoid getting killed if you have enough points. But yeah, it would go to the alien player in that case. So you got to be careful. All right, so secondary mission could be a boost of points for them if they find and kill the android before they get wiped out by this dreadnought, that is. Okay, so with that revealed, now we're going to try to move this blip token that's behind the dreadnought. So it can move 5 squares. So let's 1, 2, 3, or reveal it. It's just nothing. Okay, so should have remembered that was a sensor ghost. It's just gone. No points. It's worth nothing. And now we've got the Gretchen here. I think to avoid him getting destroyed, we're going to move him out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because they can move up to 8. Now they can't go into the docking clause. Only the Marines can go there. But you can't hide out there and shoot from there because that would be cheating. And he's going to fire at the at Cuddy. Now he fires with 2. It's just standard attack. Gretchen are really weak. Okay, so we got 0 and 0, so he missed. Now we've got the Chaos Space Marine Commander. And he could do a melee attack, but that means that the commander would get to retaliate. So he probably should move backwards and fire. It makes more sense strategically. So he's going to go 1, 2, and he's going to fire at the commander of the Ultramarines. And so that means he attacks with 2 red. He's got to score above 2 to hit him, to actually damage him. Oh, and he got 3. So that's 1 point of damage. So now Maximus, the commander, is down to 4. He's getting rocked. All right, now it's time for the dreadnought to start cleaning house. So the first thing he's going to do is he's recognizing that he can hit this guy here, there, and he can also hit him there. So even without moving, he's got 2 guys. So he's going to use his assault cannon. 2 red, see what he gets. 0, 0, nothing. Okay, so he failed to hit anything. Now he's got his missile launcher. Now if he fires the missile, he can just, I think the natural thing to do is he's just going to bullseye the commander with it. See, so it hit right there, the epicenter. Now it's not actually going to hit him because he's too far away. Again, when I control it, I'm doing it the best I can to win. So 3, so it's 1 ahead. So Maximus loses another 1, so he's down to 3. And the dreadnought can move. What good is it going to do for him to move, though? Well, if he boxes him in, I mean the dreadnought has 2 red and 2 white when he does melee, so he's really strong. So you go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's really deadly. Might as well do it. 1, 2, 3. So he's right in his face. So it's like, oh, you want to go toe to toe with me, or are you going to have to back off and do your best? Okay, so now it's time for the Marines. So the order for fire has been used up, so we can put that aside. And I should adjust the Marine Commander's health. Unfortunately, he is down to 3, so half of his health there. And point-wise, have they killed any monsters at all? No. No, they haven't. So still 0 points there. It's not looking too good. All right. So first thing, let's see, he can move. The commander could move and then get rid of that, yeah, Chaos Space Marine. Chaos Space Marine commander has only 2 armor. Now if he runs up and melees him, it's only 2 white. It's equal. Makes more sense to shoot, I think. Let's see. This thing could go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay, so I'll do this. The commander is going to move 1, 2, 3. And he's going to fire at the dreadnought. Might as well. So he gets to re-roll 1. That's it. So hopefully he gets a good roll for his sake, for his squad's sake. Gets a 1, he gets to re-roll. If it's a 3, well, it won't even matter because it has 4 armor. Yeah, armor's 4, so he does no damage. Dreadnoughts are tough. Okay, so that's what else can he do? Maybe he should use the healing right now. I can use it anytime except when I get reduced to 0. It may not be used if they have been reduced to 0. Now, you kind of think it's probably meant to be on the Marine's turn, but you could use it anytime. I'm just going to hold off for just a second here. Who's next? Okay, so the guy with the bolter, Cuddy, he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see, the Gretchen only has 1 for hand-to-hand. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he can't even get close enough to melee him. So, yeah, we'll just do, yeah, right there, and we'll just shoot at him. Shoot him with 2, shooting the Gretchen. He got a 2. Gretchen has armor of 0, so he's killed. And that's 2 points, finally, for the Ultramarines. Now, they've already lost 10. So, not doing too hot yet. But we'll see how things pan out. I mean, they get 25 if they kill the Dreadnought. But that's if they kill the Dreadnought. They lose points every time one of their squad mates gets killed. All right, so now we've got the 2 heavies left. So the plasma and the assault cannon. Now the assault cannon, I could swing past the Dreadnought. Oh yeah, just as a reminder, there are technically doorways that we could escape from over here. I guess I shouldn't have put that right there. Well, I could still sneak past it. So they could escape down that hallway, but then they would reveal more blip tokens on the next board. See, as soon as they cross over, could be more monsters to fight, more aliens, rather. Alien monsters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I guess that's the only choice. 1, 2, 3, 4. So assault cannon is there. He's going to fire at the Dreadnought, of course. Now this time he only gets 1 shot and no rerolls. Oh, 6. You saw that, right? 6. Finally got a good roll. So that's 6 against the Dreadnought. It's only got armor of 4, so it loses 2. Okay, so I'm not unhappy to do this. So boom. This thing is blown off. Boom. This thing is blown off. So now all he's got left are his bolters. Ownage. Okay, it's not dead. It's got 1 hit left, but I mean, it's been reduced to a very weak weapon. Okay, so that was great. I did not expect that at all, that he'd be able to do that. So yeah, obviously he focused all of his firepower on the Dreadnought. Now we got the plasma guy going for the kill. So Blaze is going to move 1, 2. It's getting bold now. He's going to fire. Oh, wait a minute. 2. Yeah, he only has 4 movement anyway. So yeah, he's going to fire at the Dreadnought. Now he could miss, but let's see what he gets. Now he does get a reroll, one of those. It's a 2. Let's hope it's a 3 for his sake. 0. Okay, so not enough to break the armor because the armor's still at 4. Okay, so that's all he could do. Bolter guy, so it's the bad guy's turn now. Chaos Space Marines. This commander is still there. And somewhere out there is an android. Android falls. You may move or fire any of the androids or dreadnought this turn. Oh, you may not move them due to a control malfunction. Well, that kind of makes sense because all the damage he sustained, so we can't move him. Move or fire. Oh, wow. See, that would have been helpful earlier. But see, sometimes these cards, these are usually bad, but sometimes they're good. Sometimes they help the good guys. Okay, so just have to remember the Dreadnought can't do anything. This next, let's see, this turn. Okay, so the Dreadnought doesn't get to do anything. And so this Space Marine Commander, Chaos Space Marine Commander is trapped. So let's see. He'll do the smart thing and he will fire. So he'll go 1, 2. How many movement does he get? 6. 3. Open the door. 4. 5. Okay, is there a doorway? He's a huge coward. No, he's just strategic. Ah, he could entice them to move into the next area. 6. Now you got to make sure he can still hit him from there. Let's get our little targeter stick. So could he fire straight across? Yeah, through the doorway, to the other doorway, and boom, hit him. So yeah, he can hit him. Don't have to roll dice to decide. So he's way over there, and he's going to fire at the commander. Snipe him. Headshot. So we got 4. He's quickly going to use his healing. He's quickly going to use his healing. We're just going to say that he rolled the healing before. Technically, I should have used this earlier, but let's just say for my sake, because I'm the GM, I decide he gets to use it. So he's at full health, 6, and now he just took, let's see. Yeah, because it's 2 armor, so 2. So he would have just been down to 1. So we're going to say he takes 4, 2, so he's 4. So actually, if I'd waited, he would have been at full strength. He would have been down to 1 and then healed back up. But yeah, he's at 4 now. So whatever. That was my call to make. Try to reward my cleverness and also punish my own stupidity at the same time in these games. All right. Now the Dreadnought doesn't get to do anything, so now it is the Marine's turn. So first thing to do, the commander, he could retaliate against the Chaos Space Marine because he's a greater threat than the Dreadnought. But he really needs to get out of here. So I think he's going to first fire at the Dreadnought with his heavy bolter, and he gets to reroll 1. So we got a 2 and 0. He's going to need to get a 3. Okay, well, you saw that. So that was a 3. This was originally a 2. So I'm not cheating here. I'm just showing you. So it was a 2, and then I rerolled that to get a 3, so it's 5. So 1. So boom. Destroyed. So boom. When you're a little kid, of course you do this. Boom. It's just a mess of parts. So we'll just throw that back in the box because there's only one Dreadnought, and he collects 25 cool points for his team. So they've got 27, and they lost to heavy weapons, so it'd be 17. So they could escape, but then they would lose. Oh, they would lose the android points, so they'd lose 10. So it'd only be down to 7. That's not good. They would lose. So, and the alien player would have, because he'd get the secondary and the primary, 30, 45. He'd have 55. Yeah, that'd be bad. So instead, what we'll do is first I'll take a swig of water here. Cheers, Dead Gamer. His beverage of choice in his streams is his business. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more, say no more. I get to move. So I think I'm going to move out of range of that guy. I just slaughtered that guy. I just slaughtered that guy, as Unreal Tournament would say. And maybe Keanu Reeves. 1, 2, 3, 4. He'd still be in range. Darn, he can't quite get out of range. 5, 6. Now he's out of range. Okay. Just had to be a little clever there. It's like, okay, he can shoot all the way through the door. He could shoot that way, but there's a bit of wall in the way, so we can't quite hit him. Yeah, Lurch Brick made this fan-made homebrew game where he basically has, you play it in your browser, or you play it in a window, and it has like a scan of the board, and it has like a cartoonized version of the game, and you're playing the board game, but there's all these angles because the computer knows exactly what they can do. They can be firing through like across the entire board because hey, there's a lot of open doors, and so it's just like, oh, watch those angles. So I also want to give a shout out to someone who has done a lot of great work on behalf of the HeroQuest community, Amalgamash. I was going to shout him out earlier, but I forgot. So sorry about that, buddy. But yeah, he is in our Discord a lot, and let me just get him up here. So I'll just take a quick look at his YouTube channel. Now he does a lot of stuff with like indie games and like kids games, and he does like contests and giveaways. He's more popular than we are, but yeah, kudos to him because he's done a lot of videos about HeroQuest. So yeah, check him out. Now it's funny because like this is just my personal opinion, but and there's nothing wrong with having different opinions, of course, on games and things, because we're all just trying to have fun, right? It takes all kinds of people to make a world. Well, if you say Shadzar is like the most negative, like he's very skeptical about stuff. My impression is he's very skeptical about game companies and anything that's new, that's changed. It's like he'll look at the negatives. I'm kind of in the middle, but I figure like Amalgamash, he's much more like the optimist on the other side. He's like the positive, like he tries to see the good stuff, and he'll listen to the criticism and try to come up with the good counterpoints to that. So I mean, I try to see both sides. I'm not always right, but yeah. So if you want to hear like what's wrong with it, go to Shadzar. If you want to hear what's right with it or what could be, best case scenario rather than worst case scenario, go to Amalgamash. And if you want to just in between, go to me or whatever. As far as expressing our opinions, yeah. So check him out. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, he did a video. He wore this like furry hat when he was talking about the Frozen horror. I think that was funny. And he actually got his Guardian Knights before I did, so he gave one of them away in a contest. That's cool. But yeah, you can see he like goes through and he'll like defends each of the new heroes from the mythic tier. It's like, well, here's what's good about them. Here's what could be good about them. So again, it's a balancing act. But you have your opinion. If a game is fun for you, you're gonna like it. If you don't like it, just play something you do enjoy. I think one thing people will say like, well, if you don't like it, you don't buy it. But then they'll also say, well, if you haven't played it, you can't comment on it. If you haven't seen a movie, you can't give an opinion. But the thing is, everybody's got an opinion. Like before a movie, I mean, you're going to watch a trailer, you're going to look at reviews, you're going to talk to your friends and try to find out as much as you can before you spend your, however much money you spend on a ticket or DVD, Blu-ray, stream, whatever. You're going to try to find out if it's worth your time and money. And if it doesn't look like it's worth your time and money, you're just going to skip it. And that's cool because otherwise, what? Are you just supposed to watch everything? You're supposed to buy everything? You just can't do it. There's just too much out there. So I'm going to be like, okay, you know what? I want somebody to tell me what's wrong with this regular fans. I mean, yeah, you can say some people are just they hate everything or they like everything. I try to seek balance. I mean, it's true. There's some franchises I really enjoy, but I can admit when there's problems. So I'm a Star Wars fan, but I can admit there's a lot of Star Wars stuff that I don't like, and or it's kind of a mixed bag. It's got problems. I can admit it, and if somebody else tells me that, I'm not going to be mad at them. I'm not going to feel like, oh, I can't. I'm embarrassed now to be a fan and I can't enjoy it because somebody else, pointed out a problem in it. I just like admit, it's got some flaws. So it is what it is. But with a game, thankfully, like this, is you can modify it and fix it. But there is a certain point where if I have to make a whole new game to make it work and make it fun, why not just get some other game or spend my time on something else? Like if it's that broken, if it's just a couple of quick fixes, okay, that's nice. And I can still criticize a company and say your product should be as good as it can be before you release it. Don't try to just patch it after the fact. I mean, it's good that you patch it rather than just ignore the fans or say, just suck it down because you didn't, we fooled you. So anyway, so shout out to Amalgamash and all these other YouTube guys that are talking about. I mean, there's so many different people that talk about HeroQuest, Space Crusade, Battle Masters. So anyway, just wanted to do that, and of course, Dead Gamer because he's cool, and Strange Bus, and so many other people. I mean, if you see somebody that's in the chat, check out their channel, see what they've got going on YouTube or Twitch. Check them out. I mean, sub for sub, follow for follow, whatever you want to do, but make it a community. There's people with all kinds of stuff to offer. You never know until you check them out. All right. So let's go back to the game. I know it kind of felt like a sponsored ad, but it wasn't. I mean, he didn't give me anything. I wouldn't mind doing a collaboration with some of these people sometime, but I mean, it's so hard to do to get it coordinated and everything. So let's go back to the chat. All right, we got some new people. Welcome to HeroQuestFans. So we got Lori Pub, we got San Swift. We Love Marbles is back. Six Flags, Magic Mountain, Striker 667, of course. CacSips06, who's almost always here. Thank you. And Itzama. And Strange Bus was here earlier. So welcome everybody. We're playing mission 1 of Space Crusade. We finally took out the Dreadnought with my Ultramarines. And yes, I'm playing against myself. And yes, I'm using house rules. So you enter a room and I'll just put out some like space furniture, some dungeon decor, and you get to search and you roll a white die, and if it's a 1, you get to draw an equipment card. So it's really good. Now if you're a commander, you can draw 1 or 2 and get an equipment card. So what we've got now is we are down to 1 bad guy. So we got the Space Marine commander. And does someone remember whose turn it was? Because I got derailed talking about Amalgamash and singing his praises. Anybody? I'm just going to make an executive decision. So the last turn we had an android fault. So I'm thinking, okay, so the commander killed, or no, yeah, the guy with the assault cannon, gunner. So he did a huge amount of damage to the dreadnought. He took out both of its heavy weapons, and then the commander destroyed it. He moved over here. The Gretchen was taken out. So I think, yeah, the bolter. I think it's the alien's turn. So we're just going to go with that. If I make a mistake, it's either going to be in the Marine's favor or the alien's favor. So you can rewind the tape and see, did I skip somebody's turn? On the other hand, it's like if someone forgets to take the turn, well, whose fault is it? Either I win or I win. Gene Stealer. Oh man. This one's definitely not good for the Marines. Place a Gene Stealer next to any Marine or Commander miniature. The Gene Stealer may attack and move as normal this turn. Okay. So the Gene Stealers are not worth any points. They just, let's drop my pencil there. They just do what they do. But yeah, that's a Gene Stealer. In the PC game, they call them Soul Suckers, and they instead of having 4 arms, they only have 2, and they kind of look like the xenomorphs from Aliens, an Alien, except that like their arm just has like a claw at the end, kind of like who's the guy from Godzilla? Gigan or Gigan. He's got those blade arms. That's kind of what they look like. So they look like a totally different monster. That'd be kind of a cool one to just like 3D print, just put it in the game as an extra monster variant. So anyway, Gene Stealer. So he gets to attack anybody he wants. So you know what? We're just going to have him attack the commander. So we're just going to put him right there in that corner. And these guys are fairly strong. So Gene Stealer. They move 8 squares. They've got 3 armor. They only have a melee attack, so 2 red or heavy combat dice. So he's going to attack the commander, who just healed himself up to 4. And he just got 4. Darn. Okay, so his armor is 2, so he scored 2 above. So now Maximus is down to 2 life points. Wow, so he's heavily damaged. All right, now I don't think the Gene Stealer gets to move twice, but he could move out of the way. Of course, the question is, why would he? Why not just force the Marines to move? to either melee him or shoot him from a distance. Now this Chaos Space Marine Commander, I took the walls down because they always fall down. I need to reprint them. Well, I need to iron out the boards, first of all, with steam iron. And then I need to reprint these. Because these things are just like a half an inch too short. I don't know if somebody cut them with the scissors. I don't think so. I think they just, I don't know, they shrunk. There's something wrong with them. They don't clip on very well. So they just need to be a little bit shorter. I mean, a little bit longer. They're a little bit too short. Okay, so that's the doorway that he's in. So he's shooting through that doorway. He can't hit the commander, but he can hit either the bolter guy or the plasma guy. So I think he's going to shoot the plasma guy. It makes the most sense. And he has 2 red for firing. Space Marine Commander. So he's targeting Blaze right there. He got 2. Armor is 2, so no damage. Is he going to run even further away? He probably should. Because really, I mean, he could run all over the board. He can do whatever he wants. So there's where he is. So he's going to move 1, 2, and be right behind the wall. See that? So now he's out of range. Because he's a coward. That's what happens when you follow the ways of chaos. You think only about yourself and the power you can acquire. Who cares if your guys die in battle? Of course, he doesn't have any other Chaos Space Marines to command. All right, so that's the end of the bad guy's turn. So now we're back to the Space Marines finally. So the Ultramarines, let's grab a throat lozenge here. I hope you're enjoying this here on HeroQuestFans. And yes, the plan is to do a stream tomorrow as well. And more than likely, that's going to be an actual playthrough of HeroQuest using the shadow tiles again. If we have time or if my voice holds out, we could do a read-through of the interactive novel, of the Dave Morris novels, but probably the game will take pretty much the whole session, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that'll be tomorrow at the usual time, 4 to 6 or 6 to 10 p.m. Central Time. I mean, unless something comes up here on Twitch. And then, of course, the replays get posted within a couple hours on XSC3, home of HeroQuestFans on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, it's not live, obviously. All right, so the commander, and he's used up his medikit, and the bioscanner has been used up. No, it's in use for the entire mission. Oh, so I can still use this to scan blip tokens when they appear. Of course, we don't have any blip tokens right now, so it'll just stay in use. Yeah, I think he's going to move backwards, and he's going to shoot at the Gene Stealer. So 1, 2, 3. He can't really outrun the Gene Stealer, but he can shoot him with his heavy bolter there. Now he's got to beat its armor of 3. Can get above 3. Oh, he only got 1. Now he does get to reroll 1 because of the digital weapons that he's got. This card here. So we're going to reroll 1. And he got it. He got a 3. You saw that. So it's 4. And the Gene Stealer only has armor of 3, so he killed it. Now, unfortunately, it's not worth any points, but he just blasted it off the map. Okay, so he did that. Now we've got our other guys. So we're probably going to have to chase this guy down, bring him to justice. Now, if we were playing the StarQuest GSG variant, we would definitely bring him to justice rather than just taking him out military style. So all we have to do is just move within range. It's going to be hard because he's so far away. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that going to be good? Yeah. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see if this guy with Gunner with his assault cannon can hit him. 4. He's going to have to move 1 more square there. Now he can hit him. can see the little pointer stick. It's not perfectly lined up, but still. Okay, so he's going to shoot at the Space Marine, Chaos Space Marine Commander, the evil commander, with his assault cannon, 2 red heavy dice. He just got a 3, and how much armor does the guy have? He's only got 2. I was going to say he's got 3, it blocks it, but it's only 2. So we killed him. That's 10 more points for the Ultramarines. Okay, so we've eliminated all the bad guys on that side of the board, on that quadrant of the board, because there's 4 boards making up the whole Space Crusade board. Now we've got Plasma. I almost said Captain Phasma. Sorry. All right, Plasma. So we've got Blaze. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, not much else he can do. And then the Bolter guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could start exploring. Because the android could be anywhere. But it's probably going to be in the next one that we scan, just because, I mean, there's only so many tokens, right? Only so many blip tokens. So wherever we go is where he's going to be. So just to make it easier on this table, we'll probably go this way, and so that's where he'll end up being, coincidentally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right. So that's all we can do. Oh man, got to draw one of these puppies now. So alien event card. Seriously? Nope. It's another Gene Stealer. Place a Gene Stealer next to any Marine or Commander. Gene Stealer may move and attack. So exactly the same as before. So we got another bad guy. Another monster. So another Gene Stealer jumps out and attacks. He's going to attack the commander. We just keep going after the commander, because it doesn't say it has to be the guy that just moved. So he's attacking the commander, getting right in his face, attacking him with 2 melee. Oops. Got a little too carried away with the dice there. He's attacking the commander, melee. 3. He did 1 life point of damage because his armor is only 2, so he's down to 1. And if I lose my commander, I'm in big trouble. Okay, well, there's no other monsters, so there's nothing else I can do. So now it's time for the good guys to move. So let's see. Commander, it's really dangerous to melee him. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he's going to shoot the Gene Stealer there with his heavy bolter. And he gets to reroll 1 as usual with his digital weapons. So we got a 4. You know what? That's good enough. I don't think I'm going to reroll, because that's enough to kill it. Because his armor is only 3. So he killed it. Too bad he doesn't get any points for it. Okay. Remove the threat to his safety. All right, now we're going to move into a new room, most likely. Okay. Well, here goes. Here goes nothing. So again, in your mind's eye, you just got to pretend that there's an actual wall there. Right there. Okay. So access to those rooms there. Oh, actually to the corridors, I should say. So let's see, the bolter guy is going to go first. So Cuddy, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 2 movement left. We've got to get the blip tokens out. All right, so we're going to do 2 here. We're going to do 2 here. And we're going to do 1 here. Right in the epicenter. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the android. So he's got 2 more movement. Well, actually, you know what? We've still got the bioscanner. Each of your turns, you may inspect 3. Well, yeah, technically 3 blip tokens anywhere. I'm just going to say he can use it here instead of at the very beginning of the turn, technically. So we get to peek. So let's get 3 of them. Okay, let's look at this one. I'm curious if the android is among these. So that's a Gretchen. Okay, there's that one there. Let's see what this one is. That's a Gretchen also. That one's farther away, but not much farther. Let's check out this one. Gretchen. Okay. Well, now we know what to expect. So the android might be one of those, or it might not. Might be one more board or so to discover. All right, so he's got 2 more movement left. 1, 2. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's going to be in range. I mean, most of the monsters have enough movement that they can get you. They can get you. All right, let's just adjust our lighting here. Really bright. Okay. A little bit of. It's like, yeah, I could reprint all these boards to give them kind of a matte finish, like I did with HeroQuest. It's just a lot of work. Yes, Striker 667, you are correct. Gene Stealers are in Space Hulk. Yeah, I've never played Space Hulk. That game predates Space Crusade. It has, from what I understand, it has a modular dungeon, and you're using Space Marine Terminators, which are bigger and slower than these guys, but stronger. And you fight Gene Stealers. So I guess in Warhammer 40,000, well, I'm not going to open that can of worms, but yeah, that's the main enemy. So in this one, it's more like the Gene Stealer is just a basic bonus enemy, like a wandering monster in HeroQuest. Yeah. And Space Hulk is, I guess, way more popular than this game. This game is kind of forgotten. Whereas Space Hulk has had, I think the last remake or revamp or re-release of it, new edition, was in 2014. So I don't know how much it goes for these days. But yeah, I mean, this thing barely fits on my table. So if I had to do a modular dungeon, I would need a different setup for sure. But it must be a good game if people like playing it, or it has just that dedicated of a fan base. It's still profitable after all these years. All right, so after Cuddy, sorry I'm so slow at this. This is just how I play. So if you've got a group of people, I mean, you can just plug right along. I spent the last few games basically just learning to play the game, because this is not one that I grew up with. Unlike HeroQuest, where I have such nostalgic feelings about it and have played it so much. This is maybe the 4th or 5th time I've played this. Again, all on my own, so nobody to correct me. Just have to correct myself. Okay, so let's see. This guy can only move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's a defensive screen there. It's kind of shadowy. It's like some rooms are going to be washed out in lighting. I need 2 more cameras and 2 more light sources. So should start a Patreon. Just kidding. All right, next we're going to say other heavy weapons. Blaze 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't go very far. And then the commander, well, yeah, he already did his thing. So now it's time for the bad guys to go. Now, I'm pretty sure that there's no other Gene Stealer cards, because I didn't print out any extra ones, so it's going to be what it is. Only played Space Hulk on PC, would have loved to play the board game. Oh, yeah. Yeah, good point, Striker667. So all these games have had PC releases. So HeroQuest has a PC game. Space Crusade had a PC game. I'm not sure about Advanced Space Crusade or Advanced Hero Quest. I think those didn't have computer games. I mean, officially. But Space Hulk had a PC game. Yeah, I'd check it out before I try to track down the game. I think I'm satisfied with this. Like, I'm not gonna go out and buy lots of Warhammer stuff. This is good enough for me. Like, I already have a set of orcs that were gifted to me. I've used those in some past games, some past streams. That was a lot of fun. I did track down a psyker figure, so Space Marine librarian they call him, which is great because it's like he knows the books. Um, but other than that, I mean, I'm not going to try to build an army or anything. I mean, maybe 3D print some stuff for fun, but anyway. Okay, bad guys. Auto defense. You may shoot at any one Marine or Commander miniature on a room square. Roll one heavy weapons die. Oh, so this could be a way to kill a single Marine in a room. So thankfully, the only guy that's in a room is that one. I mean, the commander is down to one, but he's out of there. So, or no, what am I saying? Yeah, it's just this guy. So Blaze. So I could lose the guy this time. One red die. 0. Oh, he lucked out. So the defense turret totally missed. It's a Space Hulk. It's an old ship. It's kind of, I think these were called Necrons in 40K. Again, I'm not an expert on that game. Yeah, that's what he looks like. He looks like a Terminator, an actual Terminator endoskeleton. Streams out again. Uh-oh. Okay, sorry about that. Thanks, Striker, for the... Yep, looks completely frozen. All right, let me just stop it and restart it and see if it clears up. Thank you for reporting that.